The Pokemon League approaches.
Pokemon! 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 Pokemon!
Hello everyone, I'm Dustin, Benzel, and welcome to another Pokemon XY&Z anime discussion. In this particular video, we're going to talk about Pokemon Fan in fuller, rather than what I said in my review in regards to the Winding Woods episode. So let's, of course, jump right into this, and of course what we have is the Kalos League. I'm not too happy, but not too upset about this. I would have definitely preferred Team Flare. And in my personal opinion, I feel like this is going to take out some intrigue in regards to the league. If they're just rushing into the league, I feel like, well, I mean, as amazing as the league will probably be, it's a little disappointing that's what is going to happen. I said that wrong. It's a little disappointing that now we have to look forward to the Team Flare climax over the league. So yeah, that is a little disappointing. So of course we have Pokemon Fan, which, as you've seen my review, if you have, it is very surprising that we are getting what we are getting. So of course what I want to do is talk about this particular image first. And what we have here is Ash-Greninja, Ash, Pikachu, and a whole bunch of Mega Evolutions. Garchomp, Absol, Sceptile, Charizard Y, and Charizard X. So, I don't know if I'm going to show you this image, but I did save it or whatever. So, I don't think so, because it's the same information. So, this information will probably play later on in this particular video, so keep in mind, because of the Pokemon that are there. But anyway, so what it says in this regards to this: super powerful opponents appear one after another at the Kalos League. That would make sense. The Kalos League, where people battle powerful opponents that have all won their way through 8 gyms, now begins. Who will Ash's opponents be? Who will his rivals be? Let us present the battles worth paying attention to. Now, I'm calling foul right now. Let's present the battles worth paying attention to. Now, I will talk about the episodes and the titles and stuff, but based on the titles that we got, these are the most important battles or whatever worth paying attention to. I call that a little foul, because the titles that we got have absolutely nothing to do with Ash. At least technically. There is one Pokemon Fan that has to deal with Ash-Greninja and stuff in regards to his Pokemon, but the battles worth paying attention to are not relating to Ash. That's kind of, I'm not really liking that, but it's whatever. So then, of course, it says we'll attack them with all our might, which of course is Ash-Greninja and Pikachu. So of course, like I said, yeah, it's very nice. Mega Evolutions. A lot of people are worried that the whole league is going to be about Mega Evolutions, and some people are like, well, maybe the league should be interrupted. We get the Team Flare arc, and then we get back into the league, and we just don't have Mega Evolution. I have a problem with that. First off, it doesn't look like there's going to be that Mega Evolutions, even if everyone does have Mega Evolution. It seems like the other Mega Evolution trainers are going to be irrelevant or whatever. But I do call foul on that, because why would you enter a league if you didn't at least have a Mega Evolution? Now, I realize that Ash is in a unique position, not having a Mega Evolution, and he has Ash-Greninja. But I'm saying, if you had a Pokemon that could Mega Evolve, and of course Ash is kind of the exception here, because outside of Pikachu, all of his Pokemon are 6th Gen, and 6th Gen don't have Mega Evolutions outside of Diancie. So yeah, it's like, well, how is Ash supposed to have a Mega Evolution? Oh, of course, we have Ash-Greninja here. So yeah, but if you're dealing with Pokemon trainers that likely would have other Pokemon from from other regions and stuff, Pokemon that would have Mega Evolutions, why wouldn't they have Mega Evolutions? Which is what I'm saying here. You know, I mean, if there was another trainer out there that had just 6th Gen Pokemon, which would be kind of, I wouldn't like it, or even Pokemon that can't Mega Evolve, that would be fine, but you would have to expect, if any person would enter the Pokemon League, it would be someone that could Mega Evolve their Pokemon. So, of course, that's it. So, let's, of course, talk about the first title of the Kalos League. June 30th, XY&Z Episode 32. The Kalos League begins. Mega Charizard Showdown. X versus Y. So, of course, what we got here is we got this particular image of Mega Charizard Y. We see Mega Charizard Y using Flamethrower, I'm assuming. We see nice Mega Charizard Y. We see Mega Charizard Y flying. Then we see this really cool thing, and while I don't really mention this in the forums or whatever, we are getting really cool non-basic, non-generic tournament arenas. So it's really cool that in the preliminary rounds, Charizard X and Charizard Y are battling in a waterfall kind of format. And of course, this is going to be in this giant league arena that they've built or whatever, so it's really cool or whatever. So it's really nice to see that. So then, of course, we see Mega Charizard X using what I'm assuming is Flamethrower. I'm assuming Mega Charizard X's Flamethrower is blue, because it's blue. So then, of course, we see Alon versus and Mega Charizard X. Alon is going to be in the Pokemon League. I am actually happy about that, because it would make sense. You know, I realize that a lot of people are like, huh? Alon's in the league, but the last episode we were in, he wasn't interested in the league at all. He has Mega Charizard X, and we've seen Mega Charizard X. There is no way in Crazy Town that he is not sweeping through the gyms. He could easily sweep through all the gyms, easily. I'm not even joking, easily. The only trainer that would give him trouble is maybe Olympia, and that's only because Olympia is a double battle trainer, and the way that Olympia battled, I can see giving Alon trouble, but I can't think of it. Even Wolfric. Wolfric's Mega Abomasnow, I highly doubt could do anything against Charizard. Mega Abomasnow, a grass ice Pokemon, 4 times weak against a fire type, beating Mega Charizard X. Really? I mean, to be fair, at least technically, Mega Charizard X and Mega Charizard Y are equal in regards to their weakness to ice, in that it just does neutral damage, so it's not like being part dragon made it resistant, like how Mega Charizard Y is still weak against water, while Mega Charizard X is neutral against water. And, of course, Mega Charizard X is more resistant to grass types than Mega Charizard... No, actually, it's the same. Never mind. So, yeah, can you really say that Alon would struggle against Wolfric? Really? So, yeah, I mean, yeah, I can understand it's a little weird, but here's the thing. Lysander could be responsible for why Alon is in the league. Not only that, there could be a Team Flare arc going on in regards to Lumio City. Thirdly, I'm pretty sure Alon could fly Charizard, or there could be some other aspect. And of course, with anime-only badges, Alon could easily get 8 badges. Or maybe it could be something like the first generation, where Ash could have won a special badge that allowed him to enter the league almost immediately. So there is that. So basically, in this particular Charizard image, we have this in regards to what it says. Let's see. A massive gathering of Mega Evolved Pokemon. Mega Evolution is a mysterious force only the exceptional people that are emotionally connected to their Pokemon can use. The battles fought by the competitors that have mastered this power are likely to be enormously fierce. A clash between 2 Mega Charizard. In the first round of the tournament, 2 Charizard appear. Both of them can Mega Evolve, turning this into a showdown between X and Y. Which of them will win this overly heated fire battle? Mega Charizard Y. Charizard Y. Mega Charizard Y. Charizard's Mega Evolution. Its ability is Drought, so the power of its fire-type moves is increased, which of course shows in the image with what I thought was Charizard Y flying, but Apparently it's just looking up and seeing the drought. Mega Charizard X. Alon's partner, Charizard, Mega Evolves into Mega Charizard X. He is one of Ash's rivals. So, of course, by the way, it does seem like it is confirmed that Mega Charizard Y does belong into Trevor. Because if you zoom in into the particular image with Charizard Y looking up and there's a sun, you can kind of see Alon versus Trevor. It looks like Trevor's, I guess it's called the bowl cut haircut, and it's orange haired and stuff. So it looks like it's Trevor versus Alon. This one I'm not particularly too upset about, but as you'll see, I'm not entirely too happy about what's going on in the league. I will like the league, I will enjoy the episodes, but I am going to be already disappointed with the league. So let's, of course, move on from that, and I think it was the next episode. This is the one that I kind of have a problem with, and of course I will talk about July 7th, XY&Z 33. Mega Sceptile versus Raichu. I received some XP. Did you see what I said? Sawyer's Sceptile Mega Evolves as well. Sawyer gathered 8 badges before Ash and won against him in a battle once as well. His partner Sceptile is now able to Mega Evolve as well. Since its typing is Grass Dragon, this increases the power of Dragon Claw as well. Nice stab instance. It's really cool that they did that. Although I'm not sure why Sceptile suddenly has Dragon Claw. Did it always have Dragon Claw? I thought it had Dragon Pulse, and so I don't know. I don't know if Mega Sceptile has a higher attack stat or a special attack, but I guess it doesn't matter. So then, of course, there are other things mentioned here. There are other Mega Evolved Pokemon as well. There are other competitors with Mega Evolved Pokemon in addition to Alana and Sawyer. Which of them will go against Ash? Mega Absol. Its speed and attack power serve as its power. Astrid's partner. Now, if you've seen my Twitter, I am really, really excited that Astrid is going to be in the league. For at the very least, she is a female trainer that I believe can be very powerful. She may not be the strongest female trainer, but it's really nice that she's in here. Then, of course, we have Mega Garchomp. The partner of the dub name is Remo, I believe, who also battled Alon once, which I think is really cool that they're tying in the Mega Evolution acts in regards to the league. What I'm really hoping is if Ash is going to battle against Astrid against a Mega Absol, what I really would like to see, even though I have my doubts about this, I want to see Hawlucha taking out Absol, just to make up for the movie battle that they had. So yeah. So if we look at this image that I forgot to look at first, what we see here is we see Sceptile obviously Mega Evolving. We see Dragon Claw. Then we see Sawyer holding out his notebook and glowing ball or whatever. And of course it's glowing. And then of course we see Mega Garchomp and Mega Absol, and we've got these cool Pokemon League scenes or whatever. Remo definitely looks pretty interesting as well. So yeah, that's that particular image or whatever. So the one thing that I said, that if you remember the title, let me repeat it again. Mega Sceptile versus Raichu. I have received some EXP. Now, my problem with this is it seems to imply that Sawyer is battling Tierno. Now, I could ignore Ash not battling against Trevor, because Trevor's kind of a not important exactly character, but I have a problem with Tierno. Tierno was kind of Ash's rival before they included Sawyer, before they even included Alon in the main series, kept Alon separate even though Alon appeared before Tierno and Trevor or whatever. But I'm very upset that Sawyer is apparently battling against Tierno. I would have liked to see Ash having a proper battle, a true proper battle with, of course, Tierno, but that's not going to be the case here. Now, of course, people are like, wait a minute, Dustin, it's not confirmed that it's Tierno. Why would Mega Sceptile battle some other random Raichu? Now, I mean, I don't want to call the writers out for being lazy and stuff or whatever, but if the Raichu is referring to a different Raichu and not Tierno's Raichu, which we know Tierno does have, I'm going to be very upset with this particular battle, because I'm already not happy with all of the rival versus rival battles, and probably Ash's battles are going to suffer because of it, as we've seen in other generations. Third generation, I feel like, was the only generation where Ash did get proper battles that didn't get screwed over for having rivals battle or whatever. But if I'm forced to watch the content of the league or whatever, because I'm going to, because I want to, or whatever, and I can't control the content of the league or whatever, I definitely would have preferred something other than Raichu. Now, a lot of people are like, well, Dustin, Sceptile has Lightning Rod. There are 2 Mega Evolved Electric Pokemon that I can think of. I don't know if there's any more. I can't immediately think of anything else. But there are 2 Mega Evolved Electric types that I would prefer to see battling against Mega Sceptile if it was a random trainer. Mega Ampharos and Mega Manectric. I don't think there's any other electric type. Mega Ampharos would definitely be interesting because Mega Ampharos is also a part dragon. It's an electric dragon type Pokemon as a Mega Evolved Pokemon. So I'm like, Mega Sceptile's greatest ultimate opponent is going to be Raichu, if it's going to be some random thing. Also, remember the image where I showed all those Mega Evolved Pokemon? The thing is, if Trevor and Alon are definitely confirmed by that image, and it's not as simple as low quality or misunderstanding the image, if for whatever reason Tierno or Trevor is battling Ash, then I would understand why we don't see Mega Blastoise. But we don't see Mega Blastoise at all in this particular thing. Now, I don't know if this is a matter of it was Trevor that got the Mega Ring, like in the games, it was like Serena, Tierno, Trevor, Callum, and Serena that were either chosen to be the owner of the Mega Ring. Serena, Tierno, and Trevor dropped out and just let it be between Callum and Serena. And then whoever you were in the games, you won. You got to keep the Mega Ring or whatever. So I don't know if Trevor lucked out in the Mega Ring department, and that's why he has Mega Charizard Y and Tierno doesn't have it. But I definitely don't like Raichu versus Mega Sceptile, unless, of course, it's Tierno's. Speaking of which, if it is because of Lightning Rod to show off Mega Sceptile's ability, because it does have Lightning Rod, I'm not really sure why that would be important, because honestly, as a viewer, I would be more pleasant to see a strategy or tactic from Mega Sceptile using Lightning Rod against Ash. But then again, maybe it's for the benefit of Sawyer that maybe, of course, Sawyer will be like, you have Lightning Rod? My Sceptile is immune to electric type moves? Ooh, Ash, you're in trouble now. But my problem, of course, with that is I don't even think Ash's second Pokemon, strongest contender against Mega Sceptile, is going to be Pikachu. We all pretty much know it's going to end up being Ash-Greninja versus Mega Sceptile, and whoever wins as a result of that. But the problem is there has to possibly be other Pokemon battling Mega Sceptile, and if it wasn't going to be Ash-Greninja that beat Mega Sceptile, Ash's other Pokemon could definitely be better. I'm not going to mention the hypothetical not likely capture that I mentioned and that I will mention shortly or whatever, but we have Halucha, which is super effective. Goodra would do very well against Mega Sceptile. Not only does it have Ice Beam, but it's also part Dragon and has Dragon Pulse or whatever. So definitely, although of course Goodra would probably have to watch out for Dragon Claw, which would be horrible, but Goodra probably could take out Mega Sceptile. And if it is going to be a full battle, I'm a little concerned as to why, But it's just whatever it is, so yeah. So yeah, I'm thinking it's going to be Tierno, and I'm a little disappointed because we don't see Mega Blastoise at all, and I feel like Mega Blastoise would have been shown at the very least if Ash was going to battle Mega Blastoise against Tierno. Secondly, because it is versus Raichu, I'm not understanding why it would be some random trainer's Raichu. I mean, there are plenty of other Pokemon it could be. Maybe not Mega Ampharos, maybe not Mega Manectric, but there are plenty of other electric Pokemon that I would prefer to see Mega Sceptile battling than just your plain old Raichu. Now, maybe this is a case, maybe the title is just being over-exaggerant, but basically I'm really expecting this. Also, people are wondering, well, why would you want Mega Blastoise versus Mega Sceptile? Because Mega Blastoise has Mega Launcher, which would make Dragon Pulse, the move it can learn, very effective against Mega Sceptile, and it can also learn Ice-type attacks, which would also be very effective. So you would think Mega Blastoise versus Mega Sceptile would make a little bit more sense, even if Mega Sceptile ends up winning. So that's that particular video. So, of course, let's move on to Ash, I believe. So what we got in this particular image, we got Ash looking all excited. We see the opening with his Pokemon. We see Noivern, Hawlucha, Talonflame. We see an image of Ash-Greninja next to Pikachu, which is really nice image. Looks really awesome. That is like one of the most epic Greninja scenes that I can see right now. Although there is that gym battle or whatever. And then below that we get some really cool water shuriken looking like some sort of disc being launched, which is really cool. So let's, of course, talk this, and then, of course, this is what I want to talk about. Aim for the league victory. I will definitely win my way through. What is Ash's strategy? No matter who he battles, Ash always has a firm attitude. As always, he pushes forward with all his might. His strategy for winning the league are none other than these. Strategy 1. Ash-Greninja guarantees victory. Ash-Greninja can easily pin down the opponent, the limit of its superpower being not yet known. Are there really no Pokemon out there that can win against it? The giant water shuriken on its back. Giant. Don't worry, everyone. I'm not having a stroke or anything like that. Don't worry. The giant water shuriken on its back roars for action. Now, of course, this is the one thing that concerns me, and I'll get into this latter part or whatever, but I want to just make a little note. This is why I don't think if Ash is going to battle against Astrid, I don't necessarily think it's going to be Hawlucha versus Mega Absol, because it seems like Ash is going to be heavily reliant on Ash-Greninja. So I feel like it's a little disappointing or whatever. So yeah, then of course we get this little blurb, which I'm pretty sure is referencing Goodra, but if you've seen my review for the Winding Woods episode, then you'll have known that there is another possibility that it could be, and I will discuss a little bit about it. But here's what it is. Strategy 2. His 6th partner arrives. As Ash wins his way through the Kalos League, he reaches the point where he has to fight a 6-on-6 full battle. Ash currently has 5 Pokemon on hand. By adding one more Pokemon, his ultimate team is complete. Now, I don't necessarily have clear enough context to say for certain that this is Goodra. Based on how I think magazines and how you introduce information in regards to certain characters and plots in regards to something like this, Japan could be completely different. And maybe I'm overthinking of this, but I feel like this partially could imply that Ash could capture Carbink. It doesn't mean that it's more guaranteed that Ash is going to get Carbink. I'm just saying that it could also imply that maybe Ash could get Carbink. Like I said, I'm pretty sure this just refers to Goodra, but the way that I see it, it's like saying, well, Ash does have a strategy for the league, and it is this 6th particular final Pokemon that Ash is going to get. But currently, right now, he only has 5 Pokemon, and he currently only does. I don't know if by the time the league happens, he only has 5 Pokemon, but as of this magazine being leaked out and probably coming out relatively soon, this is definitely where he only has 5 Pokemon. Granted, I'm not really sure because next week we have the gym battle with Wolfric and then the Carbink episode. So it might not be Carbink, but Carbink being a rock fairy type does bring up something, you know. And speaking of like Sceptile, Mega Sceptile, I really didn't want to bring this up or whatever because I don't think it's going to be Carbink. Although it does seem like it's possible. But of course, if it was Carbink battling against Sawyer's Mega Sceptile, not only would it be immune to its Dragon type moves, its fairy types would also be super effective, which is also why another reason why I'm not entirely confident on the whole idea of Pikachu having something to do with Sawyer's key to potentially beating Ash or whatever. So there's that. So, but like I said, I'm pretty sure this refers to Goodra. It makes more sense for it to be Goodra. I'm just saying that I wouldn't be surprised if it was Carbink or maybe some special Pokemon that will appear in that episode. In my Winding Woods episode, there was, of course, the Pancham episode where it said, look forward to this episode as well. You know, maybe there will be some surprising Pokemon that Ash will capture in that particular episode as well. And that's after the Carbink Goodra episode. So maybe it's possible, but whatever. So I feel like this is just referring to Goodra, and Goodra is a very powerful team member, and Goodra will definitely be there to help out against or whatever. Now, I'm not going to quite in this particular video until we get maybe one more extra title, or maybe when we get closer, maybe I'll do a second league speculation video, and this is just news or whatever, but I'm not really sure what's going to happen in regards to this. I don't know if Ash is going to battle Sawyer first, or he's going to battle Alon first. I'm really not certain as to what's going to happen there. If Ash does battle Sawyer first, I do think Ash is definitely confirmed to beat Sawyer and then battle against Alon. If Ash battles Alon first, then I feel like, of course, Ash is going to beat Alon. But is it possible that Ash is going to lose to Sawyer? Now, speaking of, since full battles are introduced or whatever, now my fear is the league is going to be rushed, because I feel like it is going to be rushed. Because we're in the second episode, apparently. Although it might not be relating to the second episode, it's not entirely confirmed that they're already talking about full battles. Now, maybe the full battles is like a few episodes after the second episode, but I would still like there to be a lot of focus in regards to Ash. Speaking of which, just to retract a little bit, I'm really hoping Mega Sceptile versus Raichu is not a 1v1. If Tierno is being screwed over, kind of similar to Trevor, although Trevor has Mega Charizard Y, so that kind of makes up for it. But if Tierno just sends out Raichu and Sawyer's like, Mega Sceptile, go! I'm going to be very upset, and I really hope, at the very least, it's a 3-on-3. If it's a 1v1, I'm going to be very upset. Trust me. Tierno deserves a lot better than lose to Sawyer's Mega Sceptile with his lowly Raichu, okay? Tierno deserves a lot better than that, which is why I would definitely have preferred Mega Blastoise. So anyway, outside of that, I'm not really sure. I don't know how many full battles are going to be. I would really love it if Astrid and Ash had a full battle, just because that would be epic. But that being said, I want there to be quite a bit of full battles. I want Pokemon to get plenty of wins, and if Ash-Greninja and Goodra have to be the MVP of the battles or whatever, what I would prefer, at the very least, that, of course, all these other Pokemon. I don't care at this particular stage. I might change my mind as we get closer to the league, and I probably will revert my opinion on this particular moment after the league. Kind of like, oh, that's what happened in the league? Well, then I take back what I said before. Right at this moment in time, if everything goes perfectly, everything goes right, I am perfectly fine with there being Fall Guys. Like Hawlucha losing, Talonflame losing, Noivern losing without taking a win, so long as they make it up. So if Greninja is going to beat like 3 Pokemon, then let Hawlucha beat 2 Pokemon in the next one, you know. Have Pikachu beat a couple of Pokemon and be a Fall Guy in one of the battles. That's what I would like to see. So outside of that, I'm not really expecting anything else. I need more time to think about how I feel like I want the layout of the league to battle or whatever. Afterwards, I'm expecting the Team Flare climax to happen afterwards. Then a couple of episodes of some sort of conclusion. And then, of course, we run into Ash going to the Alola region. Because at this particular moment, I'm pretty sure there's no way in heck that they can conclude Ash's story. I thought about this. If the Team Flare climax was 4 episodes and the Pokemon League was 8 episodes, there would be 10 episodes left. Are you saying that Ash could beat the Elite Four, beat Diantha in those particular 10 episodes? Really? There's already 4 Elite Four, that's 4 episodes, and Diantha is like 6 episodes and 4. I don't think they would be that heavy in the battling heavy department. So what I can say for speculation right now, and it's kind of related to the league but not related to the league, is I feel like the league is going to be interrupted by the Team Flare. I don't know if this is going to be like a short league at the beginning, but then Team Flare shows up, blows everything up, and everyone dies, and that's the end of the Kalos journey. No, but I don't think, as nice as it would be for this to be a short league or whatever, and then the Team Flare climax happen, and then we get a proper league, that would be epic and cool and awesome. I just don't think it happens, so I think this is pretty much it. This is all we're going to get. Whatever happens will happen afterwards, and stuff of that nature. That being said, if Goodra is the 6th Pokemon being suggested, I feel like it's going to be very disappointing because it seems like it's only going to show up just for the league. I think it would have been cool for Ash to use Goodra and the Team Flare climax, like I'm hoping that he uses Talonflame, Hawlucha, and Noivern. And it would also explain why Ash only has 5 Pokemon in the movie as well, if it's not like Carbink and not Goodra. That also being said, I'm pretty sure the movie, since of course we have one of the league episodes being within the middle of July 7th, XY33, and that's the 2nd league episode. If that's true, and of course we move down here and we look at the Thursdays of July, we have July 7th. The movie I think is coming out, the 23rd? 16th? Something like that. Let's see. July 16th. Yeah, there we go. July 16th, which is Monday. No, wait, hold on. That's a Monday. No, that's Saturday. So basically, the 14th is going to be a break, which means the movie is going to be directly in the middle of the league. What this could mean is that I feel like this episode, or the movie, is going to take place, if it takes place in any chronological order, it's going to take place after Ash mastered the Greninja form, but before the Goodra episode up to the league. So that might also explain why Ash only has 5 Pokemon, is because that's when it takes place. Because, yeah, like I said, it's going to be a little strange for that to be the instance. So, or whatever. So I think that's all I have to say in regards to this. I'm going to need more time to speculate and think about things or whatever. So, yeah, so expect something like that in the future. Next week, of course, is going to be Ash versus Wolfric. Look forward to that review. Of course, you've already seen it. Look forward to my Pokemon Sun and Moon videos that are coming out in regards to June 2nd. It's not going to be uploaded on June 2nd, though, but it'll be made around there, as well as whatever's going on in Korokoro. Now, I want to make a little note. I am doing a little house sitting for my grandfather, so I will probably be doing quick highlights of my reaction in regards to the episode on Thursday and in regards to that. So it might be a while before I can record the June 2nd and stuff or whatever, but I will make some time, as much as I can, to make videos in regards to that. But I am house sitting, and unfortunately, because I don't have a laptop anymore and I'm having a desktop, I might be indisposed, let's see, sometime in probably from June 3rd to somewhere by June 8th or 9th, I'm going to be a little unable to make videos or comment as much or whatever. So yeah, that's probably why I'm probably not going to do very much. I at least have my cell phone, and it is an Android phone, it is a smartphone, so I can at least look up information, and I could definitely write down notes and stuff for whenever I can record. As much as I would like to at least have a laptop to have internet connection and to record, I don't think it's going to be likely, so you're going to have to deal with that. So anyway, I think that's all that covers this particular Pokemon Fan. Considering I'm a little confused as to when Pokemon Fan last came out, I don't know if we're getting Pokemon Fan next month or in July or August. I do think that if the next Pokemon Fan that comes out is not for the Team Flare Climax, that we could be getting close to information in regards to Pokemon Sun and anime. So that's just my speculation in regards to that. So anyway, thank you for watching. I'm Dustin Benzel, and I will see you in my next video. Goodbye.